Evil.
Hello family, my name is Chris, I am your home gamer dad, and welcome back to Resident Evil the board game. Last time we finished the Bleak Outpost expansion, completed every one of the missions within that expansion pack for the game, going through all the guardhouses and defeating the bosses, with Plant 42 being the last one, and now here we are back into the main game for at least one or two, I think it's two missions. And then I'm going to do something from Into the Darkness, and then we move to the other side of the mansion, where I believe I do like one mission, and then we go truly into the darkness, following that whole through like the cave system and everything like that. However, here we are with this particular scenario, and this is going to be a very helpful one because those last two scenarios we did really drained us of a lot of our things that we had within the item box. I mean, like, my A item deck before was like only like maybe like 6 or 7 cards. Now look at all these. Look at all of these cards within the A deck. So we definitely need to restock on ammo and healing and anything else that we can happen to find along the way. And that's honestly what this entire mission is about. Finding these items, searching them, and getting them into your inventory. So without further ado, let's talk about this new area of the map, back to the main mission scenario book for Resident Evil the board game, as we explore. First floor, West C. Inhuman screeching rends the air as the strange reptilian creatures chase up and down the corridors in search of you. Where your foes were once slow and predictable, these impossibly agile adversaries are neither. Each is a lethal killing machine, a terrifying apex predator let loose upon an unsuspecting world. Every moment you remain here could be your last, yet now you have means to explore the final few locked rooms. You're possessed with new resolve not to leave any clue behind, no matter how insignificant. Leave no stone unturned, but make haste in your search, lest the hunters find their prey. Objective: in this scenario, the characters must search for every item they can. Woo, we need that. If each exploration card has been drawn, each item token has been collected, and each character is on the same tile, doesn't matter what the tile is as long as they're together, the players can choose to successfully complete the scenario at any time. If there are any enemies on the same tile as the characters when the scenario is completed, skip step 6, always a tongue twister right there, during the end phase. With no other special rules or anything, we go right to the card decks. The item B deck is made up of 3 cards, these shotgun shells, a dagger, and some green herbs. Hooray! We're adding to the narrative deck this time too. If the player has not already done so during the campaign, shuffle the number 1, 2, and 3 narrative cards into the narrative deck at the start of this scenario. They're going to be asking you to do this for the next few missions, by the way. For the tension deck, you're going to shuffle the number 10 tension card into the tension deck at the start of this scenario. For the encounter deck, you're going to shuffle 1 number 6 encounter card into the encounter deck at the start of this scenario. You don't unlock anything special for this, but there is a C item located somewhere within the 5 exploration cards for First Floor, West C. I just want to point out the map really quickly while we're here. I can just kind of throw it over here just to look at it and everything. So this, the green area right here is what's we're looking at right now. This is what I would assume is like the first floor. Shaft number 1, I believe, is floor number 2, and shaft with the number 5 on it, because those are the exploration cards, are on the 3rd floor. So it's kind of weird how it's like laid out in that weird like angle-y area. I think it's supposed to represent the amount of space that each one of those are going to need in order to put on, but don't really worry about that. For this scenario, whenever I move to a new floor, both characters are going to go with me. We're just going to explore the entire floor before we move on. Trust me, the 2nd floor, which is what we're going to do next for exploration card 1, is the meat and potatoes of this scenario. Go through here. I highly recommend just going to exploration card 1, doing all of that there, then going up to exploration card 5, which again I believe is the 3rd floor, and clearing it out from there. The objective is simple. It's just a matter of all the new craziness that you're going to come in contact with. So which star members are we going to be using to loot this side of the house? Kenneth and Rebecca, because we haven't seen these two in a while. And Chris and Richard they're probably out of the Aqua Ring by now, but that's where they last were. And then of course Barry and Joseph were running around through the guardhouse trying to figure things out. So I haven't used either of these two in a while. Still trying to hopefully unlock more. There was a question that I was asked a while ago that I apologize if you're watching this right now that I didn't answer, but they were wondering why Jill was not part of my opening thing. It's because out of the 4 characters that came with the initial Resident Evil the board game, which was Chris, Jill, Barry, and Rebecca, I picked 2 of them, and those were my 2 characters that were just there. Everyone else was lost within the mansion, and I needed to do mission cards and narrative cards in order to find them, and that's why I have not found Jill yet. I need to find Jill. I also would have had 5 characters in that deck. I now have down to 4 because I'm going to be doing something special a little bit later. Probably do 3 at some point, to be honest with you, but we'll see how it goes. First things first, we got our A deck right here. I just shuffled up for you, as you saw. The 3 B items right here for this scenario, which I shuffled up as well. Back to the C item deck. Can you believe that? We haven't seen this in a while. What do we got here? We have 1, 2, 3. We have 5. 5 items in the C item deck, and they're all 4-star items. So we're at that point in the game where these are going to be very crucial in order to unlock our endgame stuff. Our tension deck with all those new things, the encounter deck with all the new things, and I said the narrative deck has those 3 other cards shuffled into it. So don't forget to do any of that before you begin, because it really does come... you don't want some of those to show up, but they do anyway. All right, so we have Kenneth Sullivan right here. He is at full health. He has 2 out of 3 kerosene on him because that's what I had it in my notes, so that's what I'm going with. He is a chemist. When Kenneth uses multiple herb-style items in a single run, return one of those to his inventory instead of discarding it. So if he has a red-green herb, he can return a red or a green herb to his inventory instead of discarding the other. But the main thing is Master of Knifing. When Kenneth makes an attack using the knife, use the Master of Knifing profile, which I have right here, which is a much, much, much better knife than anybody in the game because he is a close combat fighter. I just have another knife underneath him just so I took it out of my inventory so I knew. My item box, I mean. Because he's a close quarter fighter, I did give him the flamethrower, and he does have a grenade as well. The grenade only has 3 shots in it. Flamethrower is full at 10, but we're going to see if I can find more grenade ammo for him throughout the course of this run. And then joining him, a fellow medic, I guess, because Kenneth feels like a medic with his chemist stuff, we have Rebecca Chambers. Kenneth had, what is that, 8 slots down here. Rebecca has 6. She can hold up to 4 kerosene containers, which she only has 2 right now instead of Kenneth's 3 at max. She has Field Medic once per turn. Rebecca can use a healing item without spending an action. She doesn't have any right now because all I have are 2 first aid sprays in my box, so I got to find some healing. And then when Rebecca uses a healing item, the characters can heal an additional level. So we got her a handgun with some, I don't think I have any extra bullets. No, I do not. Not on me, at least. 15 shots here, 5 shots for the shotgun and the lighter in order to kill that one zombie that is on the field. Burn that corpse. I meant to burn that corpse that's on the field. Now then, with that said and done, let's go ahead and get this started. First things first, Rebecca is going to go. We're going to go action 1, action 2, action 3 is going to pick up this A item right here. And just in case if it's a kerosene container, we're just going to hold on to that for right now. So we're going to flip. It's a green herb. She gets, bloop, a green herb into her inventory. And then she's just going to move down 1 right there, and that's going to end her turn. Enemies are going to react, so this zombie is going to walk up onto her space, which is fine. And this guy is going to move over 1. I do want to see if I can get zombies like into a pile, because if you burn a square, it burns all corpses within the square, and then knifing them will, drop them into a corpse. But we'll see how we do. Anyway, Rebecca's turn is over. Oh, great, already here. Place this card, Diseased Claw, by the way, fantastic. Place this card next to the tension deck with 4 wound tokens on it. If the character is hit by an enemy attack while this card is, suffer poison. I don't have any blue herbs, this is going to be awesome. At the end of each character's turn, discard a token. When the final one is revealed or discarded, discard this. So I'm just going to put 3 on this for right now because it is technically the end of Rebecca's turn. One of these would have been removed. Ken, go save her. So I think what he's going to do is Ken is going to move here. And he is going to, do I want a flamethrower or do I want to hit? I don't want to use too many of the flamethrower rounds right now. But at the same time, I don't want zombies getting up later or sorts. Yeah, let's just knife that guy. Do our Master of Knifing. The whole purpose with Kenneth is that he's supposed to be saving ammo using the Master of Knifing, and this could be a very dangerous map. So that's just a push. You know what? That's awesome. Because I hit him. My Master of Knifing has a range of 1, by the way. Keep that in mind as well. So I hit him, and really what it does is it actually pulls him this way, because that's where the push is. Now, that was technically an attack, so that brings this guy in. And now what I'm going to do is we're going to use the flamethrower, 1 round. Now it's worth it because both of the zombies are in the same space, and whoa, flamethrower barbecue away. The master of close quarter combat burns the space down with his flamethrower at a range of 1, nailing these 2 and incinerating their bodies. Good for him. Okay, so that was 1, 2, 3 in attack, and 4 moving up 1. Now our 2 guys are just going to make their way up and around to the elevator shaft right here. What's crazy is there's no like actual rules with the elevator shaft, meaning that like it is a space of sorts. There's a door there, but like, I don't know. It's like you jump in, but you can jump in at any point. Like if one road up, then the next can go in and right up again. It's like you just call it. I don't know. We'll see. Hey, cornered. Locate the closest tile with each cafe where there are enemies, but no characters. Move the enemy, blah, 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 blah. Nope, that doesn't happen. If this is your first time watching any of my games, I talk about this all the time. In the rulebook, if you draw a card and you can't resolve it, you're supposed to draw 2 more. I don't play by those rules because I do my due diligence in order to clear things out and make sure all the enemies are where they need to be. So if I draw something and I can't resolve it, good on me for being a good STARS member. So that's the only reason that that's there, and that's fine. We're going to remove one of these. Rebecca goes. She is simple. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kind of wish she had another space in order to burn that one. Oh my god, I'm getting all this stuff here. Place this card next to the active character's tile for the remainder of play. Oh wow, okay, so this is already going there. They only make 3 actions. Okay, so this is a very dangerous hallway apparently. The good thing about this is that, yes, it's going to burn a little bit of time, which stinks, but now I don't have to worry about this car showing up anywhere else because I will never be back here ever again. Ken, he'll get 4 because he starts off of this tile. He'll go 1, 2, 3. I'll be honest with you, I'm not moving anymore. I'm just going to say 3 because I want Rebecca to burn that guy before anything else. And that actually will get rid of disease clause as well because one of those was Rebecca and this is going to be the end of Ken's turn, so we get rid of this. This is gone from the game, so I'm not going to worry about that right now. Ken, oh my god, look, I mean, great this, but replace the closest non-locked door with an archway, then remove this card from the deck. Spawn a zombie in one of the squares containing the archway. Yeah, we're going to kind of compromise with that. So we're going to say that this right here, because there's really none at this point, because this is all there is to the map. There's nothing else to this map. We're just going to kick this door open, pretend like it is an open door. There's your archway right there, and the zombie is going to spawn, boop, right there. So we do have one more zombie that we're going to have to deal with on the way. Now that was Ken's turn, so he did that. So we got Rebecca going again. First action, she's going to use one of her 2 kerosene. She's going to ignite this body right here so I don't have to deal with it later because I don't like these things piling up. Bad things will happen. So that was 1, 2, 3, because you only get 3 actions being here. Zombie will lurch forward. I think what I'm going to do is just move up with Ken, use his knife. Hey, and all clear, finally. And then just knock it down. Mainly because I don't want to waste any ammo again, and that's his whole shtick. So we'll move him up there. Let's just roll it here to make it simple, shall we? Oh, jeez, another one. All right, so that's technically a push. I might just want to just run past this guy and do what I got to do. Because it's going to be 1, 2, 3 for both of them. So, yeah, we'll just push him back like that. That's fine. Now the enemy gets reaction. He's going to lurch on forward. Man, that stinks not having that extra attack here. All clear. Rebecca goes. All right, so we're going to go 1, and we're going to try to run past the zombie. I really don't want to use anything else here. There we go. Medium dodge. Perfect. 2 and a 3. I feel like I do need an action in order to move that. So she's here. She's technically 2 spaces away. So this guy's going to lurch forward, right? Okay, yeah. He's going to lurch forward onto Ken's space. I had to look to make sure that the special icon wasn't here because it was on that one. Trust me, after Guardhouse B, I'm staring at that forever now just to see what's there. So that's the end of Rebecca's turn. We're going to move that over here. She draws an all clear. Ken's now going to make his way to the elevator. He also gets a roll of 2, which is a small dodge, and that's all I needed for that. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, sorry, girl, don't knock down the shaft there. But I also still believe that you need an action to do this. Maybe? Do you? I can't tell. Like, there's nothing within the scenario book or whatever that talks about needing to use an action to move it between places, but I'm going to say it does. So we'll leave it at that. That's fine. And they'll both kind of move up together. So end of his turn, he's just going to lurch up that way. I will keep in mind that 1 zombie is on this field because that will matter for our end phase. Let's just flick this for him right now. We got an all clear. And with that, we take our guys up to the next floor. We will be doing right now exploration card number 1. Here we go. All right, here we are. Exploration card number 1, first floor, West C, which again, I really think you're moving up to the 2nd floor here. It's an elevator shaft. Those usually just go up and down. In addition to that, this card I feel like should probably be up on its side because the door is to the right side of that square in the instruction manual as opposed to being face down, but I'm setting it up exactly as you see it right here because that's how it works on the table for me. We got 2, 3, and 4 already shown right here in terms of doors. 3 A items and a lot more to find. I like that safe room there, but I think we're just going to kind of go around to the right first. So our team has come up right here. We're going to just kind of go down, and I want to just go up and around this way first. Maybe I go up to the left first and then come back and zip around. Maybe that's what I do. We go to the down into the left and work our way up because I think this is a small room here, and then this ultimately swings itself back down this way with like a few other things on this side. So yeah, maybe we'll go to the left first, even though stopping at the item box isn't a bad idea. Anyway. Rebecca used one of her actions to move up here. Let's go ahead and kick the door open for 2 actions, and she will move in for 3. She's standing on a biohazard symbol, so we're not going to be able to spawn anything here in theory. Let's go ahead and do our first pull, which of course there's other bad things, a new bad thing that has been added to here, so let's see if we find it first. Nope, we spawn a single zombie. That's fine by me. All right, boom, right up in there is that zombie. Now we do have a, archway here and an archway here. So anything that's spawned here will also be able to go in. So I think what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna move 1 over this way. Ignore the little black line here. There is no division in this room. I think on Rebecca's next turn, I'm gonna have her walk into here, trigger the pull, grab the A item, and then work our way around because then once we explore all over here, we just beeline right for the elevator shaft and get ourselves out of here. So that's it for her. A little bit of a stumbling forward with that zombie. And we pull our next tension card, which is, I guess it's an all clear. Sure, why not? All right. So Ken goes, I don't want to use the flamethrower so much, but I'm going to. 1, 2, 3, he's going to turn and burn. It's just smarter to use the flamethrower on the zombies because they're completely gone. If like dogs show up or birds or whatever, then I could start stabbing at them at the knife. Remember, Ken can do up to 2 damage with that knife. There we go. That's a nice shot right there. So now our flamethrower is down to 8, by the way. All right, as always, doing my due diligence to rid this area of as many bad guys as possible. So that is gone. So you are off the board. Ken finishes his turn by drawing a tension card. All clear. I got to clean some of this up. Rebecca's turn. And I'm going to do exactly what I said I'm going to do. We're going to move in for 1 and do a pull. Because it's only a single pull, and I'm fine with that. 1, 2s and 3s can get bad. 1 shouldn't be a problem. And here we go. Boom. We get, after resolving all spawn entries on cards, but replace the closest corpse with a crimson head. Oh no! Oh no, we do have a corpse on the board, and it will actually turn into one. Uh-oh. Not the super nasty thing I was expecting, but oh my goodness, it's all the way up here. Now remember, Crimson Heads have the ability to move a space whenever they sense movement, and we are right now all connected here. So, I mean, that was movement for 1. Rebecca's going to move up for 2. This guy's going to move forward, and she'll pick up for 3, but at least that won't trigger the Crimson Head movement. Not yet, anyway. What do we got? A blue herb. Okay, fantastic. That's great to have for poison control. I'm actually going to leave that in its own separate spot for right now. Normally I would have mixed it with the green herb, but I'm just going to leave it separate. Rebecca now is going to probably head to the item box and drop some stuff off just so she can have a little bit more open inventory to collect things. All right, yeah, so we'll just kind of move this guy to us. We'll move her down here. We'll move the Crimson Head 1, and then it is his turn, so he is going to move 1 as well, just kind of rushing his way in. And then if Ken moves 1, he'll move here, and then maybe I just plug him with a grenade. My hand was in the way, I'm sorry. So Ken would move here, and then the Crimson Head would move here, and then maybe Ken will just plug him with a grenade at that range. I wish I could be one space closer, but that's just not how that's working. Unless this tension card says differently. You never know. Shattering Glass, here you go. Draw an additional tension card, spawn a Cerberus on the active character's tile. Oh, that's terrible. Before we do these, because we are in the teeth right now, even though we are level 7, it's still the very first level of the Amber range, so those do activate. So I'll put the Crimson Head, or not the Crimson Head, the Cerberus on in a moment. Gunshots to the distance. Okay, cool. This might be pretty good. Draw cards from the encounter deck until a card with a spawn entry is drawn. Place that card from the encounter pack, discard pile, then shuffle the other cards that were drawn. Okay, so we'll do that right now then. First draw, spawn a card. Man, this is the one that would have been fine. Place a card in an encounter with a spawn entry. That's a spawn entry. Man, what did you do? You shoot something that's already dead? That's so silly. Okay, so I realize the irony of that, considering we're fighting zombie things. So that's now in the spot with Rebecca. And if Kenneth fires at all, it's going to be on Rebecca's space. And then during the reaction phase, it's going to try to bite her. I may just leave it at that and then have her fire it off with her handgun afterwards. Because it is Ken's turn right now. We have to get rid of that Crimson Head. That's like the point number one. I mean, I could run back, but I feel like that would just be, that would be a waste. Yeah, by the time Ken actually gets within a line of sight of the Cerberus, it's not going to matter. So we're going to move 1, which will move the Crimson Head. Come here, you. Why am I trying to pinch your arm? So creepy. We'll move you up 1, and then we're just going to lob a grenade at this guy. I know I only have 3 grenade shots left, but actually I'm going to have Ken stop at the item box and kind of grab something. All right, so what is that? That's, that's 3 shots. That's 3 hits. That kills the Crimson Head. Fantastic. Kaboom goes the grenade launcher, blowing that Crimson Head out of this map for good. They only have 2 health, but hey, that works. So we did that. Doggy moves now onto Rebecca. So that was, he was here. So that was 1, because that moved in. Fire for 2, 3, 4. Okay, now that works out pretty good, because now we're just outside of this room for another single pull, and Ken should be able to take it down when he gets in. Is that a spawn? Okay, so there's a spawn point right next to him as well. Good, good. I like things adjacent to him. But now this dog is going to attack Rebecca, which she does get the dodge, which is good. I don't think she pushes it, because it would only push if it actually hit her. So it's still in her spot, but she avoid being gnawed to death by this thing. All right. Oh, and the other thing, just to let you know, gunshots into the distance, the reason it's not in my discard pile is because another rule that I do for my playthroughs is anything that I've put in here that was from the Director's Cut edition, including this, supply cache, and a few other things, I just remove these from the game. So whenever I reshuffle this back into the main deck, these cards are not in it again. They're one time, mostly bad, a few good things that'll happen. Oh, geez, a murder of crows. The active character must pass a small evasion roll. If they fail, they suffer damage. Each character on the same tile. All right, so it's just going to be Ken, because Rebecca's not on the same tile as him. All right, so we'll do that then. We'll just get him. All right, there it is right there. The other one went way across the table, but hey, it works, so he has avoided that. Now, Rebecca goes. She has the dog in front of her. Let's go ahead and pump him full of lead. My personal magic number of 3 bullets is going into this dog. I know some people would say that's a waste of ammo, but I like to make sure I try to hit it, which I did right there. There we go. I did push it as well, but 1 damage to the cranium of the dog is fine by me. Goodbye, puppy. Away you go. Ha ha ha. And boom, away. Fantastic. Okay. Now it comes to the point of, do I want to do what I said I wanted to do? Because I guess I could try to go up and around with her and just meet up with Kenneth over here, but I'd have to backtrack anyway. So maybe I just kind of leave. I'm going to move this over here because I don't think I need to move anything else around. Maybe I just try to stick with Ken get over here, and then work my way that way. Yeah, it's safety in numbers, I guess it is, but I don't know. Maybe it's just faster to just explore up this way. I'm going to risk it. I'm going to risk it for the biscuit. 2, 3, 4. We're going to do that. We're going to try to split this up the best that we can, cover as much ground as we can, as fast as we can, grabbing all of the items. Because again, this is an item collection mission. With Ken right here, he can grab this and this. I could store 2, like I can mix the blue and the green herb together for Rebecca and give her an extra space if I need be. So we'll see how this works. Okay, so that was Ken. Becca did her awesome stuff and everything. Boom, bang, boom. Yeah. No escape. Open the closest non-locked door to you. Enemies on the 2 tiles connected. Perform a reaction. All right, cool. Perfect. I love it. Both of these are really close to her, so I'm actually going to kick this open for her automatically. On her next turn, she'll walk on through an open door and kind of go from there. There are people that I know have a house rule where if you're in an archway or an open door next to an exploration thing, you see it, so they spawn it. But I'm not going to do that here because we're just going to kind of keep it a mystery for right now. Ken goes 1 and draws a 1. Moving right along with this, we have snakes. Spawn snakes, only a single thing of snakes. That's fine, that's great. Snakes are really easy to deal with, and his knife can take them out quickly. Slithering on into the spot right here, I sound like Serpentious. We have a pile of snakes ready to go, so Ken's gonna turn. And action number 2, stab at them. For it is free to stare at things, and a bullet or a critical shot will do damage. And that is a critical shot, which actually will do 2 damage. That's wild. Stabby, stabby, stabby snakes. Ah, take that. Yes, now you can go to heaven now. Away. See how many people get those references. So don't get used to that critical shot either. I probably won't see too many of those. Action number 3, action number 4, picking up this A item, continuing our objectives. And we happen to find here, another green herb. Okay, so that's fine. We're just gaining healing back. As much as I would rather have, ammunition and everything back for us, healing is fine by me as well. Because that'll all just kind of go into the item box in due time. All clear for Ken. Rebecca is exploring a new area. All right, so here we go. Action number 1, moving through the door, and what happens to be before her. All right, we found our first B item. Remember, there's 3 of those scattered around here, all of which would be some pretty useful things. Another green herb, dagger, and shotgun shells. So definitely going to be going for that as soon as we can. Got an A item right in front of us as well, which is awesome. Another zombie and another pillar. Man, this entire area is just open up to everything. And then as you can see right here, it actually angles out. So you had to like turn the exploration card up on its side and then kind of see how it fits in. But there you go. This is here, here, here. All these 3 tiles were added in. Rebecca is right here on this one, which does have a wall in it, by the way. So let's go ahead and pull the enemy. That's going to be here. It's going to spawn either on the A item or to her left right there. Closing doors in this particular one is not very good because like there's too many like open archways for things to come by. After resolving all spawn entry points, replace the closest corpse with a zombie. Oh, okay, so as that guy stands up, as this dude right here. And away he goes, and another corpse off the board, but there we go, another zombie as well. So that was 1, we're gonna go 2, we're gonna pick this up for 3. This is technically her last inventory slot, so this might not have been a good thing if I get to that B item. She grabs a kerosene container. Okay. That's great, because technically nothing is going to go here into her inventory. Instead of placing this card in this character's inventory, place it face up on the square with 3 kerosene containers. A character in the square can spend an action to remove any number of them. Perfect. Let's go ahead and spend our last action to give Rebecca back her full complement of kerosene. Wow, that's actually really lucky. There's 4 of those within the A deck. I'd rather have the items, but actually at this point, her having that is better because then she can hold any of the 3 B items that we have. It'll either go in this inventory space right here, or it'll mix with one of these herbs. So that is awesome. I'm just going to pull this now, even though that zombie is moving up. Virulent blood, great. Next to attention net with 6 wounds. While this card is in play, always use the symbol printed on here when resolving enemy reactions. During the reaction phase, each time enemy is killed, discard a token. All right, so that's going to go here with 6. So that's 2, 4, 6. It says an enemy is killed. I would assume that also means like not burned like a corpse or whatever. Because I would have loved to just use my handgun and knock down that one zombie that spawned with Rebecca on her next turn, but that's okay. We're going to deal with other things. It is linked, by the way. So this zombie would have lurched forward at the end of the turn. Then Rebecca would have drawn that card. We have Ken over here with all of this link. So at the end of his turn, if he's not in a spot that's closed off, like on the other side of this door, for example, then Rebecca's going to get attacked. So I think what we're going to do is Ken's just going to go 1, open for 2. There's no thingy here. In for 3 and close for 4. So this way, at the end of his turn, that zombie does not react and Rebecca can deal with it otherwise. This also means that Kenneth can like get that A item and maybe go into the inventory of the item box in peace. Or maybe not. I'm not really too sure what he wants to do yet. End of his turn, Crimson Rage. Remove the closest corpse and replace it with a Crimson Head. There are no corpses on the board because that one stood up and just became a regular zombie. Hallelujah for that. You know what? Let's go ahead and just fire this thing. We're at point blank range basically with this guy. Let's go ahead and just fire off our shotgun with it. And boom, right there, all the way again, rolled off the side. Pop goes the shotgun and boom, that goes. I just didn't feel like grabbing my dice tray at this point because I kind of want to move through this a little bit faster. This is actually going very well to say the least. So shotgun is down to 4. And Rebecca's going to go action number 2 and action number 3 right here to pull another single enemy from here. Let's see if that was a smart idea using that shotgun there, because if this is something really bad, then I wish I would have had those. Nope, we're good. Spawn crows. That's okay. And actually, what we're going to do is I'm just going to go right here and go 1, 2, 3 and just fire off those crows as soon as they get in front of me with three hang-on bullets. There we go. This will bring in the good old dice tray 4 as we hopefully see a bullet symbol, which we do right there. I actually got nervous because I thought I just got to push, but all 3 in the crows. So we killed that guy that was there. Rebecca moved on in, and the crows were like, hey, you got any food for us in there? And she was like, fire, kill those crows. And then they go dead as well. That is the end of her turn. Let's not forget to get rid of both of these because she did kill 2 people. We'll move that over. Flip, all clear. Ken is going to go grab an item by going 1, 2, pick up A for 3. Come on, be something good. Be something good. A first aid spray. Oh my goodness, we found the one first aid spray that was within the aid tray. Again, just collect the items. Collect them all. So good. Ken opens up the item box in order to throw the green herb and the first aid spray in there. And as you can see from this list of stuff, I mean, we got some pretty good self-defense items there, a few handgun bullets in case Rebecca needs them or whatever, but nope, I'm going to go ahead and take that green herb and the first aid spray, put them both in, so now we'll have 3 first aid sprays and a green herb, and then I'm going to go ahead and take the incendiary rounds, which I have 2 of, and take them out. I'm going to leave them in Kenneth's inventory, because if he shoots off 2 more grenade rounds, he can then load it with incendiary rounds, and those will actually carry us for quite a bit. Incendiary rounds are a special type of round for the grenade launcher, basically turning it into a fire-based attack. It really doesn't mean too much more, because fire is like, not the best thing, but it really has no other property to it. But what this does give it is the critical hit, instead of doing 1 stupid damage, we'll do 2 damage. Finally, this is a little bit better. And then reset the character grenade launcher to 6, then cover. Oh yeah, so it wouldn't matter. So when I load this into the grenade launcher, this is pretty much going to be, I think like this is how it is. It's the same. It takes up only 1 inventory space for him, but it just gives it a better idea of what it is that you're looking at. But for right now, the incendiary grenades are next to it, and that is the end of Ken's turn. Keeper's Diary. Oh, great. We're just going to be searching things all over the place, so let's hold on to that. That is bad. That is bad, because if I want to go in here and pick this up, I have to do 2 pulls, and then with Keeper's Diary in the field, this card remains in play. The next time a character makes a search action, after search action resolves, draw an encounter card, then discarded card. So I would have to draw from here. I would have to draw a 3rd encounter card for this room. Mind you, it is a door, so I can shut it and run away. So maybe I do that, or maybe I just leave it for right now, and then we come back. No, we're going to have Rebecca do that, because I think Ken's going to go up and just do that one room and then meet us there. So Rebecca's turn, 1, 2, 3, and open for 4. We'll deal with all of that on her next turn. All right, here we go. Flip an all clear. Very good. Well, it's Ken's turn anyway, which he will turn and go 1, 2, open for 3, enter for 4. Oh, he's rolling around right here for 4, making his way up that way in order to open up that door. All right, Ken is all clear, silent, calm, peace for now. And I'm just going to move Keeper's Diary off to the side right here. You can still see it. We got a symbol right here, which she's going to be moving on to. The other symbol is over here on the B item. Of course it is. Drawing 2 encounters. Hopefully, maybe it's a safe room. Probably not. All right, first card we draw, 2 zombies. Nope, definitely not a safe room at all. Both of those zombies are on the B item. Next we have snakes, a spawn snakes, a single thing of snakes. Do they all go on the B item? Because I'm technically standing on the, on the biohazard symbol. I'm just going to go look really quickly. Hold on. I mean, it says in the book, you just spawn as many as you can here until it fills up, and then you spawn on the same side, because you're not supposed to spawn on the area where, or on the square where your character is if they're on the biohazard symbol. So, I mean, technically the B item is here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, just right here hanging out in the corner on top of the B item, which is wild if you ask me. So why don't we do this then? Open for 1, move for 2. Well, we moved in for 2. No, this was already open. I opened it up. So in for 1, move for 2. I'm going to shotgun this square and try to kill as many as possible. I have 2 dice, and if one of them is this bullet hole symbol, then everything on those squares are dead. Is everything dead? No, we only did 1 damage to it. So I'm going to say that I did 1 damage. It doesn't really matter which one I do it to. Let's say I did 1 damage to one of the zombies. So that zombie, its head gets decapitated. So it's literally off the field. Don't have to worry about spawning a corpse. So when that happens, the zombie and the snakes move on to my square, because that's 4 bases in a square, so that works. We'll take another shotgun shell, so that'll bring us down to 2, and it fires in the square that we're in, and that actually kills everything. All right, well, 2 shells, but it did work out in our favor. All right, so 1 shot in here blows away one of these zombies. That was not a fun thing, because they were like, hey, let's go up this way, and then we go here. We fired off a 2nd shot, and that was enough in order to clear out the entire thing, because the bullet will spread around my square, killing both of them. Now, the idea was also, like, if I only had 1 kill, then it would be the zombie, and I would just run away from the snake for the rest of it. But regardless, I'm going to come here, I'm going to pick up this B item, and then I need to do another spawn, which is going to be right where I want to leave, and that's going to be terrible. It did say, and then discard this card, so I'm just going to put this here for right now. I did also kill 3 things, so we're going to take 1, 2, 3 away from there. Need only 1 more for here. B item, we happen to find a dagger. So that's a good defensive item to have in order to be able to get out of this room if I need be. It's also a B item, so after I use it, it's just gone. So moved in for 1, fired for 2, pick up. All right, so that's it. I do need to draw another encounter card. Spawn a corpse, place a yellow unexplored tile on this token. I will never be back here. That is fine by me. Ending Rebecca's turn. No escape. Open the closest non-locked door. Oh, that's fun. That'll actually make it a lot easier to get back to Ken. All right, so I am very glad that I did what I did here. So spawning a corpse up here. I do have to get by it. Maybe, do I burn it? Do I actually use my lighter and burn it so I don't have to deal with it? That might be a thing, but the closest non-locked door is right here. Boop. Pop that open with the fun sounds. And that actually gives Ken a better chance to kind of run down this way when it is his turn. So, I mean, it is his turn right now, but he was more curious about going into this door. 1, 2. Crack that open for 3. And I really don't want to go in using, my 4th action. So I think he's going to wait his next turn, and then he'll go in. Rebecca will just kind of come on out and meet him out here. All right, end of Ken's turn. Deadly Rasp. Draw an encounter card. We don't have to draw an additional one, but that was really terrible. Oh, man, we're going through this. Spawn 2 zombies. Oh, no. They are literally right next to Ken. And, oh, man, and we're all linked together, too. Uh-oh. See, what's bad about this is that Rebecca is now linked to him because of that open door right here. And we're using Virulent Blood, so they will be doing their bad attack. They're like range 1 attack on Ken, should that happen. So it is Rebecca's turn. We're going to go 1. She's going to burn this thing using one of her kerosene tokens. I know that I probably didn't want to do that, but I'm doing it now anyway, just so I don't have to deal with it. So that is action number 2. 3, shut the door for 4. So this way it blocks her off and these two do not get a reaction. That also means that Ken is adjacent to them, so he can use the flamethrower and burninate them to the ground. Sinister Echoes. Place this card next to the tension deck with 4 wounds token. If a character makes an attack while this card is in play, after resolving the attack, draw a card from the encounter deck. Great. I have to do it. I have to take down those 2 zombies that are there, or else I'm in trouble. How many? All right, so it's 4, so I'm going to put 3 on it because, what is it? It's the end of Rebecca's turn. Now, Ken has to take these guys down. So, flamethrower away. We're going from 8 down to 7. Got to burn them, and then hopefully nothing else. Too terrible spawns. All right, here we go. Fire the fire at these fiery freaks. Burn, 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 burn. All right, that's fine. Because remember, no matter what, that's going to do 1 damage, and it's going to hit the entire square. Oh, jeez. All right, good news, bad news. Good news is both of these zombies have been annihilated in flame, and away they go off of the map. That's great. Bad news, that was an action, so now he's short 1 action. Back to good news, we get to get rid of Virulent Blood because I was able to kill all those things. Discard this card, but this is also from the expansion, so I usually get rid of those completely. Anything with these like symbols on, these tokens on it, I never shuffle back into the deck at the end of it. But I did make an attack, so place a yellow and explore token on this tile. Great. I do have to walk back this way in order to get it, but you know that could have been worse. All right, so we know that's here. Fantastic. This will at least give me time for Sinister Echoes to go down. So I attacked. Do I just jump in? Whatever. Go ahead. Do it, Ken. Do it. Do it. Leroy Jenkins. Here we go. Into Explorer exploration card number 3. This Sinister Echoes is going to make this awful. I have 2 polls that I need to do for this room. But hey, there's the C item, so that's a positive thing. Oh no. All right, well, let's pull these items and encounters and see what we get. All right, here we go. First one we have is after resolving all spawn entries on cards drawn with this card, each enemy on the tile and tiles linked to this perform a reaction. All right, so if there was any enemies on any linked tiles, they would have performed. That's a terrible card if there's a bunch of enemies on the field. Thank God there aren't, so that's fine. And then we have, discard without an effect. Oh my goodness! Both of these are great. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I didn't really show anything off here before going and doing those polls just because I was like anxious about what was going to happen here. But okay, this actually worked out very, very well. So these 2 polls are gone. It's goodbye. All right, so it was 1, enter for 2, 3, 4. All right, so that's the end of his turn. That's really, really good because we can get rid of one of these because this is making my life way more stressful than it needs to be, especially with trying to pull enemies and everything. And then just pulling this stuff all clear is even worse because if an enemy spawns and I fight it, then I got to keep drawing from here. And there's just worse and worse things in there as we go along. At least we get a C next time. Rebecca goes, and I think I'm just going to have her come down this way and open this up. Ken will get there eventually. Kick this open for 1 because now we're fine. 2, 3, 4, making her way back this way and then opening up the 4th area. All right, so that's her turn. Ooh, mission update. Draw a mission card. Don't mind if I do. The amount of cards within the mission deck is like much smaller than compared to the narrative deck. I still have a bunch of cards that I haven't added to this, and I don't know when they're going to get added, or at least I haven't seen any way to add them. There's a lot in here that also like reshuffles back in and everything. So let's see what we got. Anyway, mission, here we go. Burning Bodies. Draw 5 cards. For each of those symbols, draw this card to find. Remove a 1 encounter card from the deck. If no number 1 encounter cards have been added to the encounter deck, shuffle this card back in the deck and draw a replacement. To be honest with you, I don't think I've put any number 1 encounter cards into the deck. Have I? No, because that's a Crimson Head. I haven't actually done that because that only adds it during the end phase. No, I haven't done that, so I'm not even going to bother. So we're just going to put that to the side. We're just going to draw the next one. Above and Beyond, draw cards until you find 3 magnifying. If this character found 3 or more, or the card with the star symbol, replace our profile with the advanced version. Ooh! Oh, I'm Rebecca? I am Rebecca. Oh, advanced Rebecca. Oh, okay, all right, so we got to do that first. So let's see. Okay, draw until this character finds 3 or more or abandons a mission, because she is going to be taking a hit. So this is Rebecca doing this. So hold on a second. Okay, I had to actually find advanced Rebecca in order to be able to do this. So here we go. We need to draw until we have 3 or more of the magnifying glasses, or we abandon the mission. If we find 3 or more, or the star symbols, yes, bring me that light, then Rebecca advances. So our first draw is a single magnifying glass. So that's 1. We need 2 more. That is healing. Let me, do I really care? Hang on. I hate this. I hate this symbol so much. This is new orders. Basically means that everything I've done so far doesn't mean anything. So, and I would have healed Rebecca, which is fine as well. You know what? Let's just, that's fine. Her advance isn't really that great anyway. So, scouting ahead, draw cards until the characters find 5. This character finds 5. Draw a number of cards from the tension deck corresponding to the number revealed. Return each card to your choice. Okay. I'm going rescue. I know that I should draw randomly from this, but I don't care. I'm going to say, story-wise, because this is how I'm doing it narratively in my own brain, new orders came in as I was trying to go above and beyond, saying that someone is in danger. We need to go rescue them. Brad is on the scene. So Brad is taking on this mission. Okay, here he is. Moving this stuff out of the way. Normally I do this aside, but we're just going to do this right here for right now. Boom. Brad is right there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to be drawing cards until we find 2 or 2. Wow, okay. If you find 2 or more, draw a card from the starter deck and place it in reserve if the character is killed. He is at full health. Remember, you can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you're dead. So starting up already takes 1 damage. We have 1 plus 1. Goodbye, web spinner. That's fine. We only need to find 1 more magnifying glass, which we did right there. Fantastic. This all gets here. This is everything that's getting discarded from the encounter deck, by the way. 2 wounds on Brad. We now get to pull from the survivor deck. I don't care. I have found Jill. Finally finding Jill and adding her to our team. She is going to go in reserve right now because Brad is the one that found her. We will worry about her possibly in the next mission we have. That is the way I do it. Mission updated. Mission went crazy. This is also completely out of here because it does not have the reshuffle symbols like I'm getting rid of Burning Bodies as well for right now. I'm just going to say I pulled both of those. Above and Beyond. Boom. That's in there as well. Okay. That was a wild mission for Rebecca and the rest of the crew. Everyone out of here. Let me clean this up. I'll be right back. I'll admit I do play that pretty loose whenever I do missions or narrative events or whatever. I like things kind of fitting together within my story as opposed to just the complete randomness of some of the most dumb things that happen and everything. But in the long run, what happened was we went through a lot of the encounter cards. Some of them are really good that I didn't want to get rid of. Some of them are really bad that I'm happy to get rid of. Brad took some damage, but Brad found Jill Valentine, our other well-known member of Stars, and we will see her in upcoming games. Now then, Ken will go 1, pick up the C for 2, 3, 4, and just make his way down. We'll see what this C item is, because these items are very, very important for continuing on through the mansion. So again, there are 5 of these. I know that there's a few missions where we got to find them, and then also the next boss fight that we do will drop one. So Just take the top C item right here, and we found a battery. Unlocks the Garden C scenario. I don't know if we even have that unlocked right now within our map, but if we do, then we are able to get to it. So huzzah for that. All clear. Rebecca goes. Rebecca, we're just going to kind of speed through this again. She has 1, 2, 3, 4 movement, moving her way down to the next door. Overrun. Oh, God. Place this card next to the detention deck. With 3 wounds. Each time an enemy is killed or a corpse removed with kerosene, discard a token. If I do not discard a token, then if I do not discard this by the end of the scenario, then it actually raises by 2. The Sinister Echoes is done. 1, 2, 3. Rebecca needs and Ken actually need to kill things in order to get rid of that. All right, Ken. 1, 2, we're back in this little hallway right here. Let's draw our 1 encounter card right in this area, which happens to be 2 snakes right next to him in that one spot, which again is right adjacent to him, so we just knife them both real easy. Actually, no, he'll need the flamethrower with that in order to be able to hit the entire square. So, what number was that? He was here. 1, 2. Okay, so 3, and he will burn these guys. A successful hit right here, which let's hope that's the case. Ooh, okay, there we go. Beautiful. We'll actually take that overrun down from 3 to 1 because that's 2 enemies being killed. We ignite our pair of snakes right here, and boom, goodbye. And then he'll just move 1. Yeah, get back here, Ken. And that will end his turn. So we got rid of these 2 right here, which is good. He draws an all clear. Now it's Rebecca's turn, and she's going to head down to that last area. All right, almost done with this. 1, kick open for 2. Oh, man, I hate not... Oh, do I really want to go in? I have a shotgun shell with 2 shots and a few handgun bullets. Rebecca, please do good. Ready? 3. Okay, here we go. Oh, please don't hurt me. All right, well, the good news is there's our B item, huzzah, all the way up in the corner, furthest away from her. Of course, I also have 3 pulls that I have to do in this room in order to be able to get that B item. Maybe she'll be able to dodge enough in order to get out. Who knows? All right, so there's our second B item out of the whole thing. Shotgun shells are the other thing that she could possibly pick up as well. So I may either be mixing herbs or something like that in order to pick up. She needs the shotgun shells because we're almost out in the shotgun itself. However, I do need to do a triple pull for this area, and we've already seen some pretty good things gone, but also a lot of bad things still to come. All right, number 1. Spawn a zombie. Search the encounter deck file for any cards with Cerberus. Actually, there were no Cerberus in there, so I did not spawn a Cerberus, so that doesn't trigger. I spawn a Cerberus. That's also fun. And I spawn... Sure! 1 zombie and 2 doggies within this area. Oh, joy of joy. I mean, that could be a lot worse, but man, that's going to get crowded. Zombie. Dog. Dog. Oh, boy. Okay, so 1. Kicked open for 2. Entered for 3. What do I want to do? Anything I do will be terrible because the dogs have a movement of 2, so they're going to be on me no matter what. This is completely linked with Ken all the way to the side. So no matter what happens, she is going to be in a load of trouble. So I think just her last action, she's going to take a shotgun and fire off right here in this square. If she gets a really good shot, she can kill the both, and this guy will be on her and only have to deal with 1 dog. Otherwise, Ken, you need to get here now. Even if she kills 1, I'm happy at this point, but we need that shot. We need the bullet. We need the bullet. Nope, we get a single blast right there. Which one do I really want to kill? You know what? No, I am going to kill the dog. I'm going to kill the dog because at least that one will not chase me as much as the other one. But that also means that a shotgun shell into this square right here nails the dog away. However, reaction, they're both on top of me. The good thing is that with the enemy reaction phase, only 1 attacks. The bad news is I need a medium evade in order to make sure I don't take any damage. Okay, I do. I avoided that, which is sweet. Okay. I don't think I get any pushes because I think I only push if a bite is taken. Ideally, I've just kind of swooped to the side because I think the dog has a higher threat value than the zombie, so the dog would have bit me, but I'm okay. For now. For now. With only one shell and a shotgun, I am in trouble still. So, end of her turn. We did kill that guy, so at least we know Overrun is out of here, and we don't have to worry about the mansion level going up for no apparent reason. That is very false. That is totally not right. Everything is not clear. I've moved Kenneth 4 off camera, so that's all he can do. However, I'm just going to stick with being over here and rolling. Okay, good. So I got this, and I got a medium dodge again for Rebecca, so she does not take any damage. End of Ken's turn, all clear. Rebecca, what do I want to do? I'm going to use my last shotgun shell and just fire in my space. I know one of them is going to hit me, but these are the chances you got to take. I'd rather just reduce my, amount of enemies that I got to fight. I'd rather actually just leave the zombie here, to be honest with you. Oh, there it is. Oh, this is the pow, 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 bang right there. So that means I hit my entire square, which is both of these guys. Oh my God, that was a great shot. Great shot. Oh, 2, 3, pick up for 4. Okay, so depending on what this is will determine what I need to do here. And actually it's a free action to combine anything. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the B item right here. It's a green herb. Okay, so I'm just going to snap this green herb right here on that one. That means these are shotgun shells. That's great. That's wonderful. I'm happy for that. There are no more items on this level. So now all we have to do is get back to the elevator shaft and go up to the final card room. We do have to draw at least one tension card for Rebecca. All clear. Now it's all clear. Now I believe it. Man, we did a great job. I love it when I see a full-on floor and map with absolutely nothing in it. Oh, this is amazing. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, you are right outside here. I think I'm just going to kind of just do a speed run with Rebecca trying to get back. So we'll draw for Ken. Forbidden Scent. Foreboding Scene. How about if I read the card correctly? Place this card near the closest unexplored tile. When that tile's encounter token is removed. Sure. Okay, that's fine. So we'll put that down there. Rebecca's going to move 4. So she is close to the elevator. And all clear. That's fine. Ken's going to move into the elevator, but he's not going to go anywhere. All clear. All right, so this would have been here, by the way, because it's technically the closest unexplored, because it's an unexplored token. So that's just going to stay here forever. Ken moved into the elevator. Rebecca's right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my gosh, I can't. Are you kidding me? I'm going to have to burn. All right. All right, so Rebecca ends her turn. All clear. Ken ends his turn. All clear. I was reading actually in the manual, in the instruction booklet, they do talk about shafts and everything, just characters moving from one to the other. And I believe that if somebody was in an elevator shaft and you pull a tension card that spawns something, it would have been to whatever tile it's connected to. So that's just how that is. Now then, it is Rebecca's turn once more. She will take 1 movement into here, and then a second action. I actually completely forgot to look if this requires an action or not, but I'm going to be consistent and say, booyah, hit the button. On to floor 3. Really, I should say exploration card number 5, but in my mind, this shaft brought us up to floor 3, which is going to be great for the next episode. What's not great is if you look in the bottom right of the first room, the first green room, it is not all safe. It is not all great. We have found a brand new enemy that will be showing up periodically for the rest of the game. Ladies and gentlemen, fans of Resident Evil all around, I present to you the Hunter. These massively nasty creatures right here, and I have a bunch of different models for these guys and everything. They first show up in the game as soon as you finish the garden house, which is what we did and everything. And here They are nasty. Here, we'll put the card up there so you can see. They have a threat level of 4, so they are very, very high threat. A movement of 2, also awful. 3 health, so really it's going to be the grenade launcher or anything else to knock it down. 3 different attacks. Standard attack has a range of 1, hitting an enemy, or hitting one of us, I should say, a STARS member, doing a damage. He will also do a range of 2, which will do 3 damage, and that's your leaping attack, so it will jump right to your space from that last one. And then if you have that like pizza pie multi-hit symbol in it and you are 1 space away, if you do not dodge him, you are immediately dead. That is an instant death attack. It is awful. They also have the evasive property. If this enemy is hit by our attack, roll the black dice. If you roll an umbrella symbol, it doesn't suffer any damage from the attack. It's not so much the hunter having super agility, which they do, but also hard skin, even though it should say hard skin instead of evasive, because sometimes you hit them and it's just like, it just doesn't do enough in order to kill it. Now, we moved 1, we did 2. I am not going to open up that door. We are going to end Rebecca's turn right here, because I want Ken to just kind of unload with it for our last few grenade rounds into that hunter and get rid of it. So we're going to end her turn with an all clear, and we're going to go ahead with Ken. I'm just going to push this down to 1 right now and prep myself to fire off. All right, watch out, Becca. Let me get in front, and 1, 2, 3, boom, kick this open. There we are. The screech of the hunter sees them there. Oh my God, here it is. Grenade round number 1 is the, what is that one? That is, that's 3 hits. That's a 3-hitter. That's a 3-hitter. Boom, boom, boom. Nice shot, Ken. And away goes the hunter. Oh my goodness, that's going to be the easiest hunter we fight through this entire thing. Hands down. Now then, with that said, that was 1, that was 2, 3, 4, moving him into there. Let's tackle this room first. Obviously, Ken's going to be the one that's going to be picking things up, so between the 2 of them, we'll see what we can find. Oh no! Drag, shackles, spawn, Lisa, Trevor, and the closest biohazard symbol. Oh, here we go. Oh my God, it couldn't be easy. It couldn't be easy. She just kind of explodes in from the ground, and there she is right there blocking our path. Oh, that is terrible in every way, shape, and form. Remember, Lisa has 3 health. I'm just going to put her card up here just so we have it. Hey, shriek of the characters on the same tile as this enemy. They draw an additional attention. I got to kill her. What do we have? What do we have? Okay, we're going to go 1 in, so that's all like fine. We're now going to do a bit of an exchange. Action number 2, and the problem is I have no shots in my shotgun shell and only 1 in my grenade launcher. I am going to go ahead and do a trade with Ken right now. I'm going to give him both of these green herbs, and I'm going to take the grenade launcher, and she is just going to pump 1 shot into her. So that was moving for 1, trading for 2, fire the grenade for 3, and then she's going to try, if this doesn't kill her, which it very well may not, she's going to try to shoot her with her handgun and get as much damage off as possible. Man, that's the problem with having low ammunition going into this. You never know when these problems are going to show up. There we are. Fantastic. Fantastic. That is another 3 hit for the grenade launcher, but again, we are out of grenade rounds at this point. Boom! Fire the last one right at her. Give her something to think about. Never come back again, Lisa. 3 damage. And away she goes. Oh, just using my resources. Stinking drag shackled Lisa. I can't wait till that's gone, but we'll be almost at the end of the game when that happens. For Rebecca's last turn, she's actually is going to give the grenade launcher back to Ken because it's going to be his turn, and he's going to go into that room with the triple pull, I should say. Pulling this for reanimate, locate the closest corpse. Oh, that's right next to us. Because why not? Hey, it's a zombie. Fine. We'll deal with him a little bit later. I'm not even going to bother that with Ken right now because I want him to go 1, kick this open for 2. You know what? Maybe we do. No, I got to reload the grenade launcher before I do anything else. All right, so we're going to back this up a little bit. So this is where we were. So first we are going to turn and we are going to use a flamethrower shot against him. So that's 6 to 5, and it all the way off camera, boom, right there, gives us what we need for the flamethrower, igniting him. So that was going to be action number 1 for Ken, action number 2, action number 3, and then for action number 4, Ken is going to load the grenade launcher with 6 rounds of incendiary grenades. Now, the good thing about the incendiary grenades is that they do reset. You will be able to get more into your grenade launcher at the end of the round. So it will go up by 2 if it's possible. So I have basically 2 free shots with these things in order to take down whatever is in that room. With that said, we draw here. During the next player's turn, increase enemy movements by 1. This is in 1 for all round. All right, so I'm going to leave that here till the end of Ken's next turn because it is Rebecca's turn. Everyone has an additional movement, which doesn't matter at this point. Rebecca is going to go into here, and even though she only has a handgun, I would rather just kind of go in, pull these, and then finish that off. So that's 1, open for 2, enter for 3, and let's just do this. I mean, it's like Lisa could come back. We don't know. Spawn a corpse at the end of the active player's tension plays. Replace each corpse with a zombie, so we know that's going to be there. And we have crows. Okay, so both of that is fine for that little room. So I moved for 1, I opened for 2, I went in for 3. Both the crows and the zombie are off course on the A item. Why wouldn't they be? I need to get that A item. I have to get that A item, and I don't really want to be on the same space as the crows. So as the crow flies, we fire our 3 handgun bullets. We're down to 6 into the crows, and that's all we need right there. Just a single shot taking out the leader and knocking the flock out of there. Okay, so that's gone. It's not the end of the tension phase yet, by the way. Now we draw this, waterlogged. So now that entire area can't be, I can't use my flamethrower there in order to burn any corpses. But that's fine. Place this card. No, that goes placed. Never mind. I'll just place it right here. That's fine. Blah, 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 blah. It's a very watery room. It's up near the top. It must be raining outside, and it's just leaky roof and everything. I'm playing it off that this is the 3rd floor because it has to be the 3rd floor based off of the elevator shafts. Please let me know anything else out there if you think. But then because it is the end of the tension phase, somebody stands up, which is going to be for my benefit, I think. Or at least I hope so anyway. Ken is going to walk in for 1 and pull 3. Now, amongst all the time, would be great to have a safe room. We have only like a small amount of cards left. So, Cerberus, Zombie, Lisa freaking Trevor. Are you kidding me? She is back because why not? Woof woof. Blah. And here's Lisa, just still within this spot. Well, no, it would actually be the opposite. You would be here and you would be here and the zombie would be on the typewriter, which there's a good chance that I should have used the typewriter at this point, but to be honest with you, I have enough cards in order to survive the rest of this. Pending, maybe. Okay. 1. So I have 2 actions left. Let's just go. And again, I have 2 free incendiary grenades. So let's just work our way through the dog and Lisa and hope for the best as we kill both of them. All right, grenade number 1 in that square does 3 damage. That's fantastic. So we have killed Lisa and we have killed the dog in 1 fell swoop. Why not just take another grenade and fire it at that zombie by the, what is it? The, man, that actually just caused, No. You know what I would have done first? I actually would have shut this first in order to make sure that Rebecca didn't get messed with at all. Because that's what's going to happen. She's definitely going to get messed with. You know what? Do I want to do that? You know what? No, forget it. Let's keep that open. I fired an incendiary grenade. Kaboom, kabang. Fire off right there. Full 3 damage. Lisa, once again, runs away. And then you are gone as well. Turn my attention. 1, fire for 2, fire for 2. And fire for 3 because we get to use 2. Bingo. That does 2 damage. But does that decapitate? Oh, yes. Oh, yes, it does. Because the incendiary grenades actually have the decapitation property to it, whereas regular one's not, because you're firing fire at a zombie. Okay, so yeah, so you are officially bomb. Get out of here. Sorry about the weird light effects if you happen to notice anything. It's just some weird lighting down here. And then boom, make that there. So you would have moved on here. You only get move reactions when it comes to hearing things, but now that we're actually in the reaction phase, you are going to attempt to bite Rebecca. I kind of hope you do, oddly enough. Nope, you do not. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. She's going to be doing a lot of dodging, to be honest with you, and regardless of anything, it should be fine. I mean, she's pretty healthy in her own right. We do have some green herbs. Respite. Place this card next to the active character's tile with 6 wound tokens. If a character begins their tension phase on this tile. Oh, okay. So he gets... Okay. So we can probably just kind of chill out here for the rest of the game because now Ken will not be pulling tension cards for at least the next 6 of his turns while he's on here. Rebecca is now going to go. She's going to attempt to move away from that zombie, which she successfully does. So that's 1. She's going to pick this up for 2. And her A item happens to be shotgun shells. Fantastic. Honestly, she's going to use those shotgun shells immediately and put this up to 4. That's all it does. And then it'll give 2 at the end of the round. So that'll be back at full. And she is going to... She's going to stay right there. She's not going to do anything. And then the zombie is going to mosey on up over to her for the reaction phase. So that's the end of her turn. She draws a tension card. All clear. Respite is going to be fantastic. This is also gone, by the way. Fantastic because Kenneth is not going to need to pull anything, which means he can take some time to kind of prep. So we're going to go 1, close for 2, 3, and 4 on the B item, and remove one of these. So that is the end of his turn. Back to Rebecca. She's going to try to get out of that zombie's path, which she does right there. What is over here? Oh, it would have been a miss. So 1, 2, close for 3, and 4. And we just got to get her into this spot with Ken, and that will be the end of this. And depending on what this is, Tragic Echoes. Locate the closest zombie active character. Place it. Oh, man. So he was carrying an A item that I would have loved to have been able to take from him. But unfortunately, that is not going to happen. So, with that said, it's Ken's turn. He's going to go and pick up that B item, as we know now are shotgun shells. So these are going to be great in order to hold into our inventory or in our the box for right now. So we picked that up. That was a 1 action. 2, 3. We're going to open the door for 4 because we're on this tile. We don't have to draw a tension card, so we pull that away. Becca moves in, shuts the door, and my friends, we have now claimed everything. We have found every single item within this area. We have found all of the exploration tokens and the tiles and everything. We have pulled everything out we can. We met our first hunter. We will see more of them. And that, my friends, brings us to the end of the scenario. Boom, bam! Complete. All right, let's move into the end phase here. First, we know that the mansion danger level will increase by 1, so we're going to be up to 8 right now. Still very low on the yellow, so I'm fine with that. I'd love to be able to drop back to green, but I don't think that's going to happen even after the next boss fight. But we keep it low, and that's fine. As far as the other things go, there are no corpses anywhere, so we don't have to worry about that. And there are only 2 zombies floating around this area, so we don't have to increase the danger level by any more. Again, do your due diligence, make sure they clear that out, all that other good stuff. As far as our characters go, we actually did not take any damage in this whatsoever, so hooray, hurrah for that. I forgot that the safe room we already pulled. That's what actually kind of annoyed me beyond all belief of, yeah, I get the heal, but then it's also like re-changing around the mission. I hate that. I hate that ability because you want to get the one mission you have. Advance of Rebecca wasn't really even that good anyway, but still, I would have rather had something else. I don't only have a few of those as well. So, whatever. What were we missing? So in here, just to show, oh, the hunter. The new thing that was added to this was the hunter, and there he is, all the way on the bottom. Web spinners, zombies, it's still some really, really bad stuff coming up. And then here, I don't think I added anything, right? I just have a lot of, there's unfolding events for another narrative, but we unlocked Jill. Look at all that all clear. Ooh, that was a beautiful all clear. The supply cache was another one I was hoping for in order to be able to get more items. But I'm just happy we unlocked Jill. That is great. She is there. As far as the rest of the end phase go, we know that Barry is, not Barry, who was it? Brad. Brad, that's who I was thinking of, Brad, because he did that mission that found Jill. He took 2 damage, but he heals 2 because of the end phase. These guys would have healed 1, but they're fine. What do we got? We got 2 kerosene for Ken, 3 for Rebecca. Do I want to use... Yeah, I'm going to use a kerosene for Ken right now to put the flamethrower up to 8. And then, because of the way that this works, everything increases by 2. So the flamethrower is now back at a full 10. The grenade launcher is back at a full 6 incendiary grenades. So we have to remember that these are incendiary, so that's going to be together. The shotgun is also at a full 6, and the 1 handgun she has is now back up to 15 shots for... very useful later. And we got the battery again for the C item. That's going to go right into our inventory, along with a double green herb, a blue herb, shotgun shells, and a dagger. So it wasn't that bad. There's still a lot more in the A deck that I have to go through in order to collect. But hey, for what we managed to find in a mission that's solely about collecting resources, we did a pretty good job. Let's head on over to the mansion map. All right, if you weren't around at the end of the last episode, that helmet key opened up a ton of stuff. We had 1, 2, 3, 4 different things that were now available for us to go through in order to be able to get something. I believe each one of these does give a C item, and then you get a C item from this spot that's right here. So what we're going to be doing now is we have finished first floor, West C. Again, the way that I interpreted the way this map was is I was going up and up, clearing things out and just finding things. So right now we are on the 3rd floor. So in the next episode, I think I may have Jill and maybe Rebecca, because, you know, why not? To have the 2 ladies run around for a little bit, take on 3rd floor A, and then move on to over here. With that said, that way, maybe then the guys over here will figure out some other stuff, and then we'll have other people unlocked along the way too. I don't really know what 3rd floor A is, but I do believe it is in the book itself. Yes. So 3rd floor A is in your main scenario book. It's just there's a new thing that happens to here, and that's adding in a card here at the end of it, because I have Into the Darkness. Once we're done with that, we'll head back over to the east side of the map and then start down here, because this opens up this area, which is all your caves and other craziness that way. We need that in order to unlock the crypts, because once Crypts B is unlocked, this is your end game right here. My God, we are so close. Guys, let me know what you think of this down in the comment section below. How is your campaign going? What is it that you have discovered along your way? Your thoughts again about like the mission updates and everything, how you handle them and whatnot. And then who you, of course, have unlocked along your journey. Did you lose any STARS members yet? Because that is possible. I want to make sure to get everybody. I want to have the perfect ending where I find everybody that is available in order to save me. However, I do have some issues that, well, not issues, but ideas of making other maps fun ones based off of the director's cut. But that's going to have to be for another time. So in order not to miss any future Resident Evil the board game action or any other fun thing I put out for you to enjoy, be sure you are subscribed to the Home Gamer Dad. If you wish to support the channel even further, there are ways to do that down in the description section below. You are able to find affiliate links for this game going to Amazon, going to Noble Knight Games. Thank you so much to those guys for those affiliate links. Partnership with them. Amazon is always fun for everyone also. Otherwise, there are YouTube memberships and Patreon subscribers, which get these early, give you extra votes, and a few other fancy, positive things that I give out throughout the course of the year, exclusive things to my members. But regardless of all of that, your view, your like, sharing this video, commenting down below, that is really the biggest thing that I can ask for. And I know a lot of you guys love this series and can't wait to see me continue on, especially into the next expansion, which is going to happen very soon. Guys, thank you so much once again. You have all been absolutely amazing. Take care of yourselves and each other. We are family forever, gaming together. Until next time, when we continue looking around the 3rd floor, because we are on the west side of the mansion, you guys have a good one, and I'll catch you all later.